Let's take a look at Schoology's assessment files. To do this, click on Add Materials and then choose Add Assessment. You'll start by giving your assessment a name. Keep in mind, assessment does not necessarily mean a test. This might be a daily activity or any form that you may be taking a grade. Once you set the name and the due date, you can choose to enable or disable submissions. I also like that you can enable until a specific time, or you can have a window of time where the students are able to access this assessment. You also have the option to add a password, but I don't recommend that because I think that would make things more challenging for everybody. But it is there and available for you to use. Next is your category. Depending on how you're going to put this assignment in the gradebook, this might depend on whether it's a daily or a test. I'm going to mark this one as a test. You can also select how it's going to be scaled, numeric or number, and then A or B, C, etc. All right, so when you click Create, it's going to open up the assessment tool, and this is the part that's really cool. You can add instructions, but more importantly, take a look at all of these setting options that you have. Under assessment settings, you can put a time limit, you can randomly order, you can show possible points for each question, assessment toolbar, student settings. So we have lots and lots of choices now to create an assessment online. So make those adjustments as you see fit and then click Save. It will let you know that it's saved successfully with this green bar. Next, go up to the tab at the top and choose Questions. This is where you're going to input your questions or create your questions. As you can see, you have a large choice of options within Schoology to choose from. You also can choose from an item bank that has been created. At this time, we don't have any, but if you create your own bank, you will be able to access it here. You can also add text, so you have just lots of different options. Once you're done with adding your questions, you can go into the grading and the reporting options. I won't have any data in there yet because students haven't done anything with this data, or they have not taken the assessment. But let me show you an example of an assessment that I have created. Here's an assessment that I have created. I'm going to give you a preview. So anytime you create an assessment, in the top right corner, you're going to see the preview option. When you click preview, it's going to tell you what your value of the test is, and you can click the assessment. So it looks just like what the students do when they take the assessment. This is a multiple choice question where students fill in the right choice and then click Next on the bottom right corner. This particular choice is putting items in alphabetical order. So it's a click and drag idea. So I'm going to click and drag and put my items in the right order. Once I'm done, I click Next, and that takes me to the very next question. And this one allows me to just input the answer that I want to input, and then I can click Next. Here's an example of labeling an image. So at the bottom, I have my words, and then I have to drag my words into the correct spot on the image. This works for any image. And then once I'm done filling in my answer choices, I click Review to take a look at my test, make sure it looks the way I want. I can click on the question number and it takes me right back to that question. In addition, I have some choices on the far right-hand corner in the gray area. And if these are options that I allowed for my students, especially this one, Flag to Review. So if this is a question I'm not confident about, I can click that Flag to Review as a reminder that I need to go back and check my work. I can also use Eliminate Choices if I want to. So I know it's not this one or this one, then it crosses those out. So I like these features because I think they simulate what we do in the classroom when we're teaching students how to do various activities. These, of course, were options that I turned on in the beginning of the assessment where I have to fill out the yes and no options. As a student, once I'm done, I click Review, and then I can choose Finish once I'm done reviewing. And then that's it. It closes my preview and it brings me back. And so if I have this set up to give my students their answers right away, they will receive a grade. If I did not choose to do that, then of course, once I release the grade, they will be able to view.